Genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs, have been used by humans for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Despite the prevalence of GMO use, recently it has become a large topic of debate as to whether we should use GMOs. We all need to know about GMOs because we come in contact with GMO products every day, and the impact that GMO products have on the world is widespread. Today, I will be discussing what exactly GMOs are, the history of GMOs, the potential prospects of GMOs in the future if we continue to use GMO products and technology. To begin today, I will be discussing what exactly GMOs are. According to Purdue University, all a GMO is, as I mentioned previously, is a genetically modified organism. Many people think of crops when they hear of GMOs, and while crops are a common organism to genetically modify, organisms refer to much more than just crops. It refers to all living things, including bacteria and fungi that have been modified. So, living beings that have had their genetic code changed in some way constitutes as a GMO. Some crops that have been genetically modified include cotton, potatoes, soybeans, apples, alfalfa, sugar beet, maize, rice, squash, and tobacco. An example of non-crop related GMOs includes some bacteria that have been genetically modified to produce medicines that can cure diseases or vaccines that prevent diseases. A common example of this is the GMO source of insulin used to treat diabetes. Now that we've talked about what exactly GMOs are, let's talk about the history of GMOs. Organisms have been altered throughout time for different reasons. Originally, crops were modified through the use of domestic breeding, choosing which plants got to reproduce, and only allowing crops with desired traits to reproduce. Through technological advancements, this process has become more direct by directly altering genetic makeup of organisms. According to Business Insider, quote, one of the most widespread and common organisms to modify are crops. Crops have been altered throughout time to increase yields, lengthen maturity age of crops, become more drought resistant, increase color, texture, flavor, smell, or ripeness of different crops, end quote. It is because of these modifications that watermelons and bananas are so different than what they were from before. Moreover, it is because of these modifications that have made crops so successful that publishers like Scientific American state that, quote, the vast majority of the research on GMO crops suggests that they are safe to eat and that they have the potential to feed millions of people worldwide, end quote. Now that we have talked about the history of GMOs, let's talk about the potential future of GMOs and the worries surrounding GMO products. One of the many questions surrounding GMO products is, quote, are GMO products safe, especially when used in medicine, end quote. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, quote, medicines developed through the genetic engineering go through an in-depth FDA approval process. All medicines must be proven to be safe and effective before they are approved for human use, end quote. Moreover, there are many broad expansions to GMO products that are just on the horizon. According to Citable, an online collaborative learning space for science and scientific papers, quote, scientists are looking into the production of other commercially valuable proteins, such as spider silk protein and polymers that are used in surgery or tissue replacement. Genetically modified animals have even been used to grow transplant tissues and human transplant organs, a concept called xenotransplantation, end quote. Citable also states that, quote, a number of animals have been genetically engineered to increase yield and decrease susceptibility to disease. For example, salmon have been engineered to grow larger and mature faster, and cattle have been enhanced to exhibit resistance to mad cow disease, end quote. In conclusion, today we have talked about what GMOs are, the history of GMOs, and the uses and future of GMO products. In the future, no matter if we decide that GMOs are too harmful to continue using, that the good outweigh the bad, or that GMOs are overwhelmingly safe, no matter our decision, we can all agree that GMO products have had a massive impact on how we live our lives and have led to many changes on a global scale, changes that we are still to this day trying to fully understand. From engineering crops to yield more to sustain millions of people across the globe, to modifying bacteria for life-saving medicines, GMOs have had a massive impact on the world and have earned their place in our history books.